Pla is for plasma, which is what the sun is made of. The sun, of course, is 99 million miles away. And 9 can also represent something else that represents the sun, which has a little bit to do with the ninth freedom, and we're not going to get into that. Okay. Only for those who know. D is 10. It has a little bit to do with how, the desert, right? 10 Commandments in the desert and whatnot, but also there's another meaning behind it. It's short for decum, which is the Latin word for 10. Ka is 20. This one's a little bit difficult to really put an understanding into, but one understanding that's sort of simple and is kind of silly is that if you say ka twice, ka is 2020, right? And that was a quite ridiculous year. But also, ka is, if you take the English alphabet or the Hebrew alphabet or any other alphabet that is sort of related, and you take each one of the letters and you count from 1 to 10 using each one of the letters. And then once you get to 10, you start counting by tens. The second 10, 20, that's K, that's Ka. And they do that in Hebrew. And there's probably other reasons why Ka could be 20. 30 is Yan. It's often said that you're young when you're 30. More young than you realize, by the way. And it's basically, the word is just young, it's young without the G. Essentially is what 30 is. 40 is Y. A lot of times when you get 40, you start asking the why questions. Sometimes you get answers to the why questions. Or sometimes you become wise. "50 is air. It's shaped like air. It's like the air we breathe. And you want me to tell you something else that's interesting about the number I've chosen for 50? 50 is very close to 51, the number of states in America. 50 can oftentimes be associated with freedom and justice. Some people are very free at age 50 because you could be very healthy at age 50. And realizing how healthy you might be at age 50 might be a big blessing. But it could also be your last breath if you're very unhealthy. Air, to be specific. 60 is half, or half. Half of 120. Only it's spelled without an L, because it's a number. 70 is stan, and that's an interesting one. Stan is a very interesting one for 70 because stan, I was thinking about the British pound when I came up with stan. And, see, the thing is that the British pound, well, not the British pound, but the British word for that, what they measure people by, is stone. And Stone is 14 pounds, is a stone. And so, stan is basically that that 14, right, combined with the last letter, right, the first letters of stone combined with han, which is my word for 5. 14 times 5 is 70. Again, that's another interesting one, because I was outside one day. It was at my granddad's house, and I saw these birds. They were guineas. I saw 8 of them. I already had the word written down for 90, but I didn't have the word written down again for 100 and for 80, I mean. And so I went outside and I saw 8 of these guinea birds. If you know anything about the lifeline of a guinea, it is that each one of them live from 10 to 15 years. So each one of them is times 10. So 8 times 10 is 80. I'm running out of time. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's also ridiculous. I kind of had to make it. I kind of had to raise my voice a little bit so you couldn't hear a commercial. I want to leave this off with a note. I might be a Republican, but I don't know how capitalist I am. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying I'm anti-capitalist, but I hate commercials.